patrol car.
Their job is to catch us. Our job is to run away.
Okay, do you have your driver's license on you?
Yeah, I do.
All right, then go ahead and step out with me as well.
The incident begins as the suspect steals the patrol car. Shortly after being handcuffed and taken into custody, the suspect wiggles into the driver's seat of the police vehicle. If you thought that was nuts, just wait for what's coming up.
Well, he just stole the patrol car.
He's handcuffed and taken into police custody. A suspect wiggles his way to the driver's seat of squad car and steals the police vehicle. After that, he leads police on a high-speed chase that ends in a fiery crash.
Hold on to your seats, folks. Background information is provided on the suspect, Anthony Alfonso Sanchez III. Officials in Otero County, Colorado, describe his prior actions, including causing multiple vehicular accidents. Strap in because the next part is a real doozy.
31-year-old suspect Anthony had caused multiple crashes, purposely hitting other vehicles. First responders chase after Sanchez and force his vehicle to a stop.
It's all kicking off now. Sanchez is handcuffed by the police. Officers approach his vehicle, give commands, and secure him with handcuffs, ensuring he cannot move freely. But don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss his next trick.
Get your hands up. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Got him.
Exit the car. Hands up.
Got me. Out of the vehicle.
Plot twist incoming. Discovery of a loaded weapon in Sanchez's vehicle. Officers find a loaded and chambered gun inside his vehicle, raising concerns about potential danger. The stakes are high, and the next move is jaw-dropping.
Officials note that a loaded weapon is found inside Sanchez's vehicle.
Let's clear that firearm. It was loaded and chambered. Loaded and chambered.
In the backseat, Sanchez appears to begin crying.
And you thought it couldn't get any more dramatic. Sanchez manages to manipulate his handcuffs. Inside the squad car, he moves the handcuffs from behind to in front of his body, showing his intent to escape. Keep watching. The escape act is about to get even more thrilling.
Once the cuffs are in front of him, Sanchez slides into the driver's seat of the squad.
Are you ready for this? Just when you think you've seen it all, Sanchez successfully steals the police car. He slides into the driver's seat and drives off, beginning a high-speed chase that poses significant risks. Brace yourself, the chase is about to go full throttle.
Suspect just stole a CSP patrol car. He is empty. CSP patrol car. 250. It is like you're going to take him.
Well, he just stole the patrol car.
Now it's really heating up. Sanchez evades multiple attempts to stop him. As he speeds along the highway, police coordinate to deploy stop sticks in an attempt to halt the stolen vehicle. The end of this chase is nothing short of epic.
Officials work to set up stop sticks to slow the vehicle.
Mark's Charger is the one that was stolen. I'm in the gray unmarked. Driving down the middle of the lane to get stop sticks out. As many sets as you can get.
Coming at you, Jay. First car.
Eastbound in the westbound lane. Eastbound in the westbound lane. 393. Coming up on stop sticks.
Fasten your seatbelts for the finale. The final confrontation leads to Sanchez crashing into a semi-truck. After evading several sets of stop sticks, Sanchez's stolen vehicle collides head-on with a parked semi-truck, leading to a catastrophic end. You'll be talking about this conclusion for days.
Stop sticks that finally slow Sanchez to a stop.
Is that what she said? Nothing.
Where you
want me to take this? Okay. Switch, Candy. Keys.
Good hit, good hit.
You got the keys in it?
I don't have keys.
Good sticks. Good sticks. We got to take it.
Camera video then shows a rush to the crash site where the squad has caught fire.
As the smoke clears, let's survey the damage. Aftermath of the crash. Sanchez is extracted from the burning vehicle and taken to the hospital, where he later dies due to his injuries. The truck driver remains unharmed. The incident is under investigation by the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. Stay tuned for the fallout of this unbelievable event.
Sanchez was removed from the wreck and taken to the hospital where he later died his injury. The semi-truck driver was not injured in the crash. Right now it's still still under investigation.
Brace yourselves. This guy's got a camera, and he's not afraid to use it. A man is seen recording himself as he speeds away from a traffic stop, like he's auditioning for a reality show called Jailbreak Live. This reckless act of evasion marks the beginning of a series of law-defying actions captured on camera. His intention to escape law enforcement is clear from his demeanor and the speed at which he drives. But hey, it's just getting warmed up. The real action is still to come.
So, y'all, I got away. Round of applause. But I fucked up.
A man records himself speeding away from a traffic stop. Private investigator, retired police sergeant Ashton comes on to break down this wild video.
Get a load of this next part. The commentators discuss the severity and foolishness of fleeing from the police during a stop, as if giving life advice to a brick wall. This moment underscores the gravity of the man's actions and sets the stage for the analysis of the ensuing chase. Spoiler alert, the guy's identity reveal up next is more surprising than a plot twist in a soap opera.
Getting pulled over is never a good thing. You know what's worse? Driving away from the police during a stop and then recording yourself doing it. That is what happened with 23-year-old Alan Lynch. And as we go through this incredible video, it really is something else. I want to bring in Ashton Pack, Las Vegas private investigator, retired police sergeant.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, hold on to your popcorn. As the officer asks Lynch to step out of the car, the video shows Lynch flooring it, initiating a high-speed chase like he's in a bad action movie. This dramatic escalation marks a turning point, shifting from a routine traffic stop to a dangerous pursuit. Don't blink, because up next, we'll explore the sheer oddity of filming your own crime spree.
How you doing, sir?
So a reason for the stop is your expired temp tag.
I just got this car today.
Okay, do you have your driver's license on you?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, and then go ahead and step out with me as well.
And as soon as he asks him to step out of the car, Lynch speeding away.
Don't see this every day. Someone actually filming their own crimes like it's a DIY project gone terribly wrong. Commentators note the unusual nature of a suspect filming his own crime, particularly one involving a police chase. This reflection highlights the brazenness and the novelty of the situation, which is typically captured by police body cameras instead. The next scene raises the stakes even higher, as we see the dangers this stunt poses to everyone around.
Usually it's the cops' body cameras that we always see capturing the incidents unfold, but here what we have, Mr. Lynch filming his crime for the entire world, and doesn't get much better than that. And when you are stopped by the police, there's this argument and this debate in the country, you don't have to step out of the vehicle when requested, but you do. That doesn't mean you have to consent to searches, or you don't even have to answer questions.
It's not just about one man and his misguided road trip anymore. The escape puts not only the police officer in danger, but also endangers everyone on the highway, turning it into an unwilling audience to this live-action thriller. This moment stresses the widespread risk caused by one individual's reckless decision to flee. Grab your seatbelts. The ego trip this guy goes on next is off the charts.
Absolutely. It puts not only the officer in danger, everybody on that highway in Texas is now in danger. The suspect puts himself in a completely unnecessary risk to himself.
We're showing this video right now of him going through the different cars. It looks like a video game, and what do you make of that?
It does have that feel, but this isn't Fast and Furious. This is real life, and real life choices have real life consequences.
If you thought reality TV was wild, check this guy out. After successfully evading the police, Lynch records himself bragging about the escape like he's just won an award for Most Audacious Runner of the Year. His gloating and encouragement of law evasion reflect a deep misunderstanding and disregard for the law and public safety. The irony meter is about to explode as we roll into the legal consequences of his antics.
So he records himself in a series of videos where he says, I got away, he says round of applause, and then he says this.
That they ain't gonna get, cause they gotta catch me first. They gonna have to catch me first, man. I ain't finna jail. I think I'm finna make their job easy. You think I'm gonna make their job easy? Their job is to catch us, our job is to run away.
So he basically says, it's the police job to catch me, my job to run away.
And here comes the hangover after the wild ride. 4 days after the incident, Lynch is arrested and charged with evading police, which under Texas law can range from a misdemeanor to a felony. This moment marks the beginning beginning of legal repercussions for Lynch's actions. Next, watch him try to spin this situation like a cat trying to land on its feet.
4 days later, he was charged with evading police. He posted a $10,000 bond. Evading police could be a misdemeanor, but it could be advanced up to a felony if he had been previously convicted of this. Apparently, Ashton, this is not his first time doing this. So in the video, he actually mentions how he has these tags, knows he's going to get stopped, but even more than that, he had been stopped on 2 previous occasions. In fact, I think he was out on bond.
You've got to hear this to believe it. In a bizarre twist, Lynch asks his viewers to like and subscribe to his channel, promoting his social media presence even as he acknowledges the dangerous nature of his actions. This highlights his mixed understanding of the seriousness of his situation and the potential for influencing others negatively. Keep watching. The final twist is just around the corner.
Y'all know y'all need to go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I hope y'all like the video. Everybody who checking in on me, I'm good, I'm straight. That's why I'm making this video, to let y'all know.
The segment concludes with thanks to the guest expert and a reminder for viewers to stay safe, encapsulating the overarching message of the discussion.
Ashton Pack, thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. We'll see you guys soon. Be safe.
And that's all we have for you here on...
Can you believe what just unfolded? A Nashville police officer, Shaw Herman, is fired and subsequently arrested for allegedly appearing in an OnlyFans video while on duty. This introductory segment sets the stage for the detailed discussion that follows, highlighting the gravity and unusual nature of the case. Just when you think it couldn't get more shocking, the details start to unfold. Strap in, because this is just the beginning.
A police officer is fired and arrested for appearing in an OnlyFans video while on duty. We get into the details of a situation like this with Police Sergeant Kyle Shope. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime.
This next part is totally bonkers. Details emerge about the incident, with the officer identified as 33-year-old Shaw Herman. He was fired on May 9th after being discovered in an OnlyFans skit titled "Can't Believe He Didn't Arrest Me," which was allegedly found on Reddit. The video involved inappropriate behavior with a woman during his patrol hours in uniform. Up next, we dive deeper into the video content itself. Brace yourselves, it's a wild ride.
33-year-old Shawn Herman was arrested on charges of felony misconduct for allegedly appearing in a staged OnlyFans video. So according to police department chief first fired Herman on May 9th after it was discovered he appeared in a recorded OnlyFans skit. I believe it was found on Reddit. And in the skit, he allegedly gropes the exposed breast of a female driver.
You won't believe what's coming up next. The video is described in detail. A female driver shows her breasts to a man identified as Officer Johnson, who responds nonchalantly about the availability of such images online. Screenshots and descriptions indicate that Herman, while not fully visible in the video, allegedly makes physical contact with the woman, leading to his criminal charges. And hold on to your socks, because the legal implications are up next, and they're hefty.
Next, a man dressed in police uniform, and he identifies himself as Officer Johnson. And when he asks for her license and registration, the female driver says she doesn't have it in this car, but says, "What if I show you these?" It appears that she lifts down her shirt to show this officer her breasts. Now, the officer replies to the effect that you can just see breasts on the internet anytime, but then you can see the officer move closer to the car. The officer, Herman, allegedly touches her breasts.
Fasten your seatbelts for this next bit. Legal ramifications are discussed, noting that Herman faces 2 counts of felony misconduct, which could result in 1 to 6 years of imprisonment. The legal definition of his charges is explored, emphasizing the misuse of official power and unauthorized benefits derived from his actions. Don't go anywhere. The expert's take on this is coming up, and it's quite enlightening.
Now, as I mentioned, he was charged with 2 counts of felony misconduct, 1 to 6 years in prison. This crime is defined as when a public servant commits an offense who, with the intent to obtain a benefit, intentionally or knowingly, for example, commits an act relating to the public servant's office or employment, constitutes an unauthorized exercise of official power.
You won't want to miss what's on deck. An expert, Sergeant Kyle Shope, provides insights into the implications of such behavior for law enforcement credibility. He criticizes the lack of common sense and highlights the severe professional misconduct represented by Herman's actions. Hang tight as we delve into Herman's controversial history next, which really opens up a can of worms.
Kyle Shoberg, sergeant with the Citrus Heights Police Department in California.
Come on, I mean, who would have thought you can't appear in an OnlyFans video in full uniform, on duty? I mean, I guess that's just not common sense anymore. You're a public servant as a police officer, and when you're out there conducting behavior like this on duty, you're conducting this type of behavior while at work in full uniform, it's completely unacceptable. All the charges, I think, are righteous.
This revelation will twist your mind more than a mystery novel. Further exploration of Herman's past behavior reveals a troubling history of misconduct, including previous allegations of sexual harassment. This context paints a broader picture of a pattern of inappropriate behavior, calling into question his suitability for police work. Up next, we discuss the broader issues in law enforcement and the tricky balance between personal freedoms and professional responsibilities. It's a mind-boggler.
I'm struggling to understand if he was actually doing this on duty, being a part of this skit.
Probably didn't think that anybody was going to either recognize him, except he made the mistake of showing his badge. Honestly, negligence, ego, you name it. But the guy had only been a cop for 3 years, so. But at the end of the day, I just don't think he was going to get caught, and I thought he thinks he could have gotten away with it.
Just when you thought you'd heard it all, there's another curveball. We dive into the discussion on the broader issue of police officers appearing in sexually explicit material, emphasizing the distinction between private actions and those involving department-issued uniforms or gear. The conversation underscores the challenges law enforcement faces in maintaining public trust while managing personal freedoms of officers. As we wrap up, consider the impact these issues have on the profession and the critical importance of integrity in law enforcement. It's food for thought as we conclude this roller coaster of a discussion.
There's been other cops who have been fired for appearing in OnlyFans videos. The problem is when you start showing your uniform or anything of your department patches or any of your department-related equipment in these videos, that's where these officers are getting fired. And in this case, it only shows a sliver of the patch, but that was enough to identify who he was and get him fired. Yes, there are cops who having their own OnlyFans. You can do that. You just can't bring your department patches and equipment into these videos. And
right off the bat, it's a wild ride. The video opens with police officers heatedly discussing their entry into a building, urgently and a bit chaotically. The dialogue zips by, filled with tension, as they hash out concerns about storming into a place where a woman is reportedly being held captive. Just you wait, the next bit is quite the spectacle.
What's going on? How do we get in? Can we get in the door?
You have to keep him inside the door. I don't care. My parents are here. I can't have him. He used to live here, so he can tap into anything. But we have cameras up for other reasons.
Right, no, I got you. You know he's in there for a fact?
I know for a fact.
Here's where it gets good. A neighbor or witness, clearly worked up, confirms there's a distressed woman in the garage with a man, describing her as SL and slim. The urgency in the witness's voice and the officer's reactions underline the seriousness as they gear up to intervene. And guess what? It only ramps up from here.
I don't know what's wrong with this girl.
Oh, there's a girl in there with him?
Yes. There's a girl in there. She's very small and slim. My husband said he didn't really get a good look at her. You can't see out of her eyes.
Okay.
So this is why I'm nervous. This is why I've been calling his officer all morning, and I don't even know if that's even...
You can almost feel the tension. The officers are figuring out which tools to use to breach the door, including a pry bar. This moment is all about gearing up for a dramatic entry, underscoring the critical nature of their rescue mission. Buckle up. The action's about to kick into high gear.
I don't, but there's not. It's like flat on the bottom. No, like they put something else in there. Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe they just sheared the flat part off.
Honestly, it looks like it's blown. Like it came in.
So we're gonna need a pry bar.
Joe's got a pry bar.
There's a split bar in there.
Yeah, on BWC.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to miss this. The conversation among the officers turns to entry tactics, debating roof access versus other tools. This segment sheds light on the logistical puzzles police face in tense situations. The upcoming scenes are key, and boy do they deliver.
All kinds of Easter eggs.
Right?
It doesn't look like it actually has it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like...
This one's just painted.
Yeah, but on the bottom,
You know, it might be two smaller paint.
yeah, but how can we hold it in the bottom?
I'm more used to a one type.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
push out.
Flush on the bottom.
Jerry would do. That's hard.
The suspense is real. The video shows the police finally making their move into the garage. As they coordinate their approach, ensuring they've got the right tools and strategy, the tension hits a peak. Things are about to get even more heated. Watch this space.
They left the key in, and once he got in, he pull out.
Hinges are on the outside, but they look like...
Which I get that. If we put that spud bar on that, where the deadbolt is.
I gave it to you the one time.
I'm so excited to see what did we use it on?
That window where the dude died in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Things are heating up. This part features the police issuing final warnings to the suspect via loudspeaker, demanding his surrender with clear readiness to escalate if he doesn't comply. The atmosphere is charged, and what follows is absolutely crucial.
We gave multiple announcements. We'll do
Announce again here.
William, this is Akron Police Department. This is your last chance. Come out now with your hands up, or we'll be sending the canine in to apprehend you. You will get bit by the dog. William, last chance. Picture him off the top.
Action, please. Better come out.
Come out now with your hands up.
Now for the showdown. The suspect finally appears from the attic after the officer's persistent calls. The encounter is tense, with the police directing him to keep his hands visible and walk backwards, ensuring a controlled arrest. The unfolding events are jaw-dropping, and you won't want to miss what comes next.
Coming out or not?
Get out here now!
Come out now.
Bro, you're gonna get fucked up in a second. You better come right the fuck out now.
Come out. Keep everything out of your hands.
He's in the attic.
Keep everything out of your hands.
Keep your hands up.
Put it down.
Drop it. Drop. No, not turn around and walk backwards. Walk towards us.
After that heart-pounding capture, focus shifts to securing the scene. Once the suspect is secured, the officers check for any additional threats or victims. Following standard procedure to the letter, the endgame is just around the corner, and it's as revealing as it is gripping.
What else in here? Come out now.
You're not going to get your black socks in the counter. Your socks are fucking the counter.
He's excited. Good boy.
Can't hear you.
Good boy.
Okay, what do you need to get down? Let me get this ladder, okay?
As things start to wind down, the officers discuss how to handle the suspect and ensure the victim's safety, revealing the nitty-gritty of law enforcement in a crisis. These moments are pivotal, showing how the scene wraps up and transitions into the next phase of their duties. The closing remarks are about to tie everything together impressively.
There's some green boots up there. Bring those down with you. Nah, fuck them. You don't need no boots.
All right, you can reach it. Come on.
Big man can fucking walk himself.
There's no one else up there?
Where do you live at, dear? Thompson? How far away is that?
Like 30 minutes, like close to Chardon.
Finally, we reach the wrap-up. The last few moments capture the police taking statements and checking on the victim's well-being, discussing potential injuries and the psychological impact. This segment concludes the operation, emphasizing the human aspect of law enforcement work during and after such intense situations. As we draw close to the end, the revelations are deep and thought-provoking, definitely worth sticking around for.
Where's she at? Why don't you just sit down there?
That guy's have water.
We'll get you some stuff here.
We'll grab you a lot of water. Is there any weapons up there, dear?
Is there any weapons or anything up there? No.
Actually, there's no facial injuries. Are you, what's that?
Oh, you want this?
Yeah, that's what probably would
Take
What is your name, man?
So